So I'm super excited to share some of the pages that I've colored on the coloring book. Unexpectedly, I am sharing these ahead of the time that I wanted to share them because I wanted to fully finish it and maybe do like a little promotional, like little commercial video for it before releasing anything more. But in light of recent events, everyone knows I'm in the Black Ink Baddies. So basically, I thought about it and I was like, wait a minute, this is actually great for a part of my storyline because I created the Black Ink Crew coloring book when the show disbanded around that time because I wanted to manifest another show. And I myself had sold the batch that I made and I only kept two. I kept this one and another one. And that's the ones I'm going to be doing the promo video with for it. But what's so special about the coloring book is it's not a like Crayola coloring book. I know some people over at Black Ink Brooklyn were under the assumption that it is a childish Crayola coloring book, but it is an adult Prismacolor, Fibra Castell, illustration marker, watercolor, acrylic. In which on this page, for example, I have used acrylic watercolor, waited for that to dry. It does not take long, but I waited for overnight because I just wanted to really saturate it with the illustration markers and with these, like detail it out a bit, which I'm having fun with some of the pages and doing that. This page in particular, I waited a while before coloring it because I hadn't colored a child yet out of the coloring book, but there are some children in the coloring book. So I wanted to do this page and I wanted to give it something different that I hadn't brought to the other pages. So I had to start by making sure the flesh tones was right. And again, I did watercolor and acrylic as my base. I made sure the flesh tones is right. And I'm making sure that everything is colored the way that I want it to color before I start with some of the details. And that is what's so cool about this coloring book. I was even telling my mom recently, this is a coloring book that if you're stressed out or something, it can help with that. If you like Black Ink Crew, it is just a bonus. I took the best moments, what I consider was the highlights from all the seasons and incorporated it into the coloring book. Now, reasons you might think like, well, why would you push for a Black Ink Crew coloring book? Why would you want to manifest the show coming back? It's had a bit of, negative history. Well, I apprenticed for Caesar at 113th and Lenox, the original flagship studio in Harlem that the show started with. I was there season 4. So I got to know Caesar because I was directly under him as his apprentice, but I also got to know off-cast members, and cast members. For example, I got tattooed by Oh Shit and Duchess. As being the apprentice, you get tattooed for free. So I got tattooed while I was there by them, but Caesar was my master tattooer. So that was the person I was supposed to learn everything under. And what that person doesn't know, what C's doesn't remember, most likely because it's been almost 10 years now, and I'm on my 10 year with my tattoo career. But this was an idea that was pitched to me by him. So I'm a realism artist and I do realism. But this is, again, one of the many things that I had to learn while tattooing was other forms of artwork, which I'd already been, of course, doing mediums my whole life up until that point when I had that apprenticeship. But when I did that, how somebody's always like undermining your idea. When I was doing that, I was going to draw everybody because that's just what I could do. I was going to draw everyone, but maybe like on a bigger piece of paper, or like a wall, with graphite and lead pencil and Conti, and like soft pastel. That's what I was going to do. But C's idea was you should make a book of all of this. And that was back in 2015. Now, so that's what I'm saying. Obviously, this person, it was just undermining what I was doing originally because they had, I personally sent it to them. I made sure they seen it. I made sure Puma seen it. I've made sure other Black Ink Crew members have seen it, such as Sky, Walter. I've sent it to Oh Shit. No one's had a problem with it. So I do want to debunk that as well because that was an issue for one of the Black Ink Brooklyn current employees, is she felt that she had to send this to the manager. But this has been on YouTube, guys, for 2 years now, and as you can see, it's like I said, it's something that's much different than perhaps you thought it originally was. And I want to inspire other people. One of the other reasons I created it was to honor a lot of the people that I felt like were overlooked, or the moments were overlooked, or because of all the drama and the drinking and the fighting, the artwork got overlooked, the tattoos got overlooked. So from my perspective, because I've always been that kind of artist that I can make you turn the cloud a different way and see a different image, I wanted to perhaps mend the fracture and bring out a bit of the artwork that comes out of Black Ink Crew. And it's very urban, the book is, that's what my father called it, and I was like, wow, Dad, you hit on the head of what I wanted to nail with this. But it's really just for the Black and brown community to be able to get into illustration and illustrating and thinking outside of the box of what you can do with an image or a JPEG or anything like that. I mean, I bring so much experience to the table. I just wanted to share. And it's 118 pages, over 120 paperweight, which, if you know what that is, that's the reason it can take these layers of paint and illustration, alcohol, and it can take the smudging, and it can stand up to that. It's hardback, 11.8 by 11.8. Again, that is not a average size coloring book. It is beyond the average size of a coloring book. It is actually like a massive sketchbook, and the fact that you can paint and color on it with a variation of markers and pens and just different mediums. I can't wait to release the second edition of it, because a lot of people don't know, again, it's 118 pages, right, in this book. But I created over 1,000 of these pages to do this with. When I'm finished, I'm going to be having an art show in December, where I am going to have the coloring book, but I am also going to be listing it on several different auctions, where I'm going to get the word out about it more for this specific one. But like I said, it was the prototype that I wanted to really market, and I've already sold the rest, so it's just a matter of ordering more from the UK and having them sent over to get them ordered out. But definitely just wanted to inspire young and older artists, and again, help manifest that show that we're talking about. So yeah, and I look forward to seeing everybody. Please like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thanks, peeps.